and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to make a realistic hand drawing. You might notice somebody new here today. This is my sister, and she'll be joining us for this video. I want to say out before we start that this will probably be a 1 or 2 part video, or a 2 or 1 part video.
Yeah, it's very complicated.
I mean, there's a lot of details, so let's get started. What you'll need is a piece of paper on a hard surface and a pencil. So my sister's going to be doing it with me.
Yeah, I got this hard surface.
It's a book.
Where do balloons go? Nice.
Using your surroundings, using what you have.
Yeah, because you could do this in class or something.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to mention that this, I'd say, is more of an advanced thing. I did this as 4th grade curriculum.
Oh my. I mean, it's not too advanced. Anyone could do it. It just takes time, I'd say.
Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need to do to get started is to trace your hand just like you did in kindergarten when you were making those hand turkeys for Thanksgiving. So just trace around. It doesn't need to be perfect, as you can tell.
Shockingly difficult.
I know, right? It doesn't need to be perfect. You can always fix it later. You can always pause the video and fix it. Oh boy. You're going to want to make sure you trace everything and just lay your hand down normally on the paper like this. Don't go straight up. This is what mine looks like. It's not perfect, as you can tell, but we're going to fix it off camera. Okay, so now we're both done and we fixed it up. Another thing I forgot to mention is that you're going to include your wrist. That's something you're going to include because it makes it more realistic. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to look at your hand. And in this realistic hand drawing, you're going to want to include every detail you see on your hand. So, where the lines on your fingers and every little detail, I'm going to
fingernails too.
Yes, fingernails. Even I have these chipped nail polish. If you want to, you can even add that.
My nails are super long, so I guess I have to add that.
Just really anything. I have a hand drawing in the background, and I can show you that it will make more sense. This is my hand drawing. As you can see, I showed every little detail on my pinky. My nail, at this point my nails were a little bit shorter, but my nail, these lines on my fingers, I don't even really know what they're called. But kind of like that. These lines. Every detail, every line that you see on your finger. Your thumb is also going to be resting in this kind of position. So you're going to want to look at your hand when you're drawing it, resting in this position. Okay, so what you're going to start off with is your fingernail. So what you're going to do is starting from about here and here on your pinky, you're going to draw not a full U, but a slightly less curved U. It's hard to explain, but I've done it. And if your nail is longer, you might want to find a way to make it look a little bit longer, like drawing something like this. So this part would be like the white on your nail, something like that. Obviously that's not perfect, and I'm not going to be including that just because to make it more simple. And you're just going to go ahead and do that for every one of your fingers. So oh, that's massive. Oop. And let's see. I'll come back and help you with the thumb because the thumb is a little bit more complicated. So that's basically what mine looks like, and I'm going to go ahead and fix it. In order to draw your thumb, because your thumb is kind of resting on its side, it's not straight up just like that. So what you're going to do is, is draw kind of a line down like that. Not that long, but kind of a line down like that. And then, yes, like that, like what my sister did. And then connect it to the edge of your finger.
Yeah.
So you're kind of making a curved right angle.
Yeah.
So kind of like that. And you'll then be able to tell that your thumb is resting on its side. And it does make it a lot more realistic. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to be making all those little details like I told you before. So the lines from where your fingers bend to little, even marks on your hand if you have things like that. I'm going to be, so, yeah.
Biggest thing I would say with, like, this part is figuring out, like, I don't know, I guess, like, where it's meant to be on the drawing, so don't put it, like, right in the middle, because there's two of them, so.
Yeah, what you could do is if you want to make sure you put the, like, center, like, I don't know what it's called. What is it called?
I have no idea.
Well, we'll just point at that. You know what I'm talking about.
It's the knuckle, I think.
Yeah, if you want to just split your finger into thirds, then you can know, like, where it would be on your hand, like that.
Yeah.
And then you can know, oh, it would be, like, right there. So you have 3 points where your finger bends.
Also, look and see how close it is to the nail. That would probably also help.
Yeah, so I'll do it, and then I'll show you, and that will make more sense. So as you can tell, all of the knuckles and details on my finger have been drawn. Another key thing is that none of your hands are going to look the same because all of your hands are different. Another thing is that I don't believe all of your fingers will look the same. They're going to probably look similar, but not the same because none of your fingers are the same. Another key thing is you're drawing your thumb the way that your thumb looks on the paper. So don't, like, draw your joint, not your joint.
It's your knuckle.
Your knuckle, like, over here, because it's actually, because your thumb is at an angle, it looks like that.
Yeah, so same principle with, like, the fingernail.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do to make it look more realistic is shading. Shading is something that's a little bit more advanced, I'd say. It's pretty simple once you learn it, but you usually aren't learning it until, like, 4th grade. Maybe 3rd. It depends on if you really like art. Anyways, we're having this debate. Anyways, what you're going to do is, I drew these little lines on my hands, and we'll just start. What you're going to do is you're going to start at the edge of your hand, like right here. And you're going to draw some lines pretty lightly, just like that, okay?
Yeah.
Not super duper light or anything. And then you're going to take your finger and you're just going to start to rub on it. This is kind of hard to explain and have you be able to see. And you're just going to start rubbing. And it will start to add a shadow effect, which will make it more realistic. I'll show you that looks pretty weird right now, but once you do it more on your finger and things like that, it will look less weird. Another thing you want to do is you're going to look at your hand and look at the shadows of your hand and do the shading from where the shadows are on your hand. So basically what you want to do is you're going to want to add, like, the scribbling effect on almost all of the lines because it will make it look a lot more realistic. So one thing you're going to do is, mine looks really dark right now, and there's a lot of shadows. And what you're going to want to do is, in where your fingers are, if your whole finger looks like a giant shadow, just go in the center, and like in the middle of your finger, and just start erasing. And so there will be like a straight line. And then what you're going to want to do is take a different finger that you have not been shading with, and that will make it to where it will even it out.
You've been shading with all your fingers.
I haven't been shading with my pinky.
Oh, of course.
And I'm just going to do that for every finger because it will make it look better. And things like that. And if you just want to keep it like that, you could, but I'm going to make it more even. Notice that because of all the erasing I'm doing, I'm actually erasing like where I put those details on my fingers. If you're still able to see it, just go back over it and it will fix it. Okay, so I went over everything and I just shaded by rubbing and then erased where I thought it was getting too dark and everything like that. And as you can see, by doing the shading, it made it a lot more realistic.
Mine's a lot lighter.
Yeah, and that's completely fine. If you like that look, better, then just do that. It still looks realistic and it still looks great.
It's just, I think, a different, like, style, kind of.
So, I bent my paper. So if you do that, and don't worry about going out of the outlines, because what we're going to end up doing is cutting this out and putting it on a brighter paper, as you can see back there, which will make it stand out better. Or more, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below to see more fun art-inspired videos like this one. Bye, Buttercup. See you next time.
Bye.